friends. Oh no, my ring light just, oh, there we are. Oh my goodness gracious. Here I'm late. And then as soon as I hit the go live button, I was like, oh, I forgot to grab something. So that's why I was off camera for a moment before I, here we go. I'm here. Talk to me in the comment section. Let me know you're with me. You guys know the drill. All right, I'm going to share this into the group. Okay, shared. It is Talk About It Tuesday, you guys, and I'm late. I am late. I was busy doing stuff, and then we had homework and things I had to help out with. So talk to me in the comment section. Let's see who's with me. Hey, Linda. Today, I have to tell you, I'm wearing these awesome Blaze earrings. And just one piece of that Bluebell necklace today. Because, like, I've got this little, like, denim, like, just toss on thing. Actually, I'm just wearing it inside the house since we actually have, like, a summer feeling day outside. But, like, it gets a little chilly in the house. So, anywho's, okay. So, before I do Talk About It Tuesday, just a couple quick announcements. All right, for one, today they announced that for brand new subscribers to our Sparkle Box, and mine's kind of tore apart because I was wearing it the other day. Brand new Sparkle Box subscribers will receive a Skyberry bracelet set in the mail with their Sparkle Box order, which is super exciting. So the Skyberry bracelet was a bracelet set from last month, and I think it's gorgeous because there's so many different things you can do with it. So for $24, you can get the Bindi necklace, which is this, which is super fun, styled with other pieces. I actually wore this to my vendor event on Saturday, and I got so many compliments on it. You can wear it like this. There's the little crystal right there in the front, or flip it over for a solid butterfly. But you can get this. And then if you just do standard, $24, they're going to toss in the Skyberry bracelet set right with your order. Okay. I did put a link to my Sparkle Box at the bottom. So if you do want to subscribe, it is a 30-day cancellation. So everybody knows, or a month cancellation. I think it's more like, I think they word it as like a month cancellation. But the Skyberry bracelet is this set of 4 with pearl with some golden pieces in it. You have a blue heart on that gold one. Periwinkle, transparent beads. I mean, this is so pretty, you guys. So if you do premium subscription for $39, you get the fuzz in the thing. You get the earrings and this plus the Skyberry bracelet. Okay? You get all of those, a set of 3 earrings, which are so cute, so dainty. You have a black and then like a hematite gray bead and then a clear bead on these little hoops. They're more of a huggy style. And then if you do ultra, because I have a feeling the way they worded it, I think elite, not ultra, elite. You will get these for $59 plus the Skyberry bracelets. I mean, blue and black are gorgeous together. So this is really fun. Okay. All right. And then you'll also get the earrings and the necklace. So free gift for subscribers is the Skyberry bracelet, the set of 4, blue stretch gorgeousness. Okay. All right. So also, it's a brand new subscriber. So here's a little trick of the trade. If you used to be a subscriber and you canceled for whatever reason, which is totally fine. You guys could totally do that. If you want to resubscribe, use a different email address. And then I think that'll consider you to be a brand new subscriber. Okay. All right. Don't tell them I told you that. But pretty sure that's the workaround. Okay. Also, reminder, if you place a $50 order on the link in the description, you're going to be playing bingo with me on Sunday night. It'll be so much fun online. It's on Zoom. and I give away a ton of prizes. Okay. So Blingo Bingo is going to be on Sunday evening at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. If the only entry way in is if you place an order on my website for $50 plus. Okay. All right. So fun. Okay. And then there's also extra perks if you bring a friend that wants to shop. And if they shop the link, they're into the bingo game. If you and that person shops the link, you're both into the bingo game as long as you spend 50. I mean, yes, it's going to be so fun. What do you need to bring to Blingo? Girl, Amy just got into Blingo. Was it yesterday? I can't remember now. And we have another entry into Bingo, and she's actually not on Facebook at all, so I'll have to do some workarounds. You don't need to bring anything to Blingo. So those that are going to be in Blingo, I do have to create a separate Facebook group to toss you guys in. You have to join the group because in the group, you're going to choose your bingo card. All right. You are also going to be able to view all of my bingo prizes, and then you're going to have to make a wish list from what you want to win from all the bingo prizes. So, yeah, so you do have to be with the one gal that's not on Facebook. I'll figure it out for her. Okay. So, all right. Don't bring anything until you get into the group, and then I'll show you what you need to do with your bingo card. All right, friends. Let's see. Okay. Scrolling. Where's the Talk About It Tuesday questions? I know I had, there's three. Only three? Only three questions? Okay. I hope this makes sense, Amy says. Hello, Amy. When you do in-person vendor events, are you free to price the jewelry how you want? Or do you still follow PL guidelines? For example, if someone wanted to purchase a style drop from you in person, do they have to qualify for it before shopping for something else? Does the price changing when it's in person versus people purchasing online? Great question. When I do my vendor events, usually there's special vendor pricing. And you have to come to my vendor events in order to see what that special pricing is. And I always do cash and carry. And yes, I do have on my vendor tables last chance items, also some style drops and things like that. So the only thing Park Lane wants us to make sure that we're doing is not degrading their brand. Okay. So I'm kind of free to do whatever and all of that. So, which is really fun. Hey, Amy, so happy you joined us live. All right. Question number 2 for Talk About It Tuesday. If you weren't able to do Park Lane anymore for whatever reason, what other type of work would you go into? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Hey, Linda. Okay, so my work history, I shouldn't say I am. I was a music therapist. I used to work in the St. Paul Public Schools for 8 years or so, and as a music therapist with kids with autism, kids with emotional behavior disorder. I was in a DCD program in the very beginning of my career at the schools, and I did that for 8 years until I wanted to actually Craig wanted to start a family, and they were rough schools. Let's just put it that way. And he didn't want me to be pregnant and in that kind of environment because of the level 3, level 4 programs I was working in. But it was absolutely wonderful. Oh my gosh, those kids. Oh, I love them to pieces. Love them to pieces. It was a wonderful job, but I was happy to kind of let it go because of the unfortunately the politics that got involved in the schools and things like that at that moment. So what would I do? You know what? Here's what I have wanted to do for so long is to have a pet therapy dog. Honestly. And to be able to train that dog to go into like schools and be like a reading buddy, and things like that, that I would love to do that and just kind of volunteer my time. If we were in a place where I could just volunteer my time, I would love to do that. Love to do that. I used to work with, I did an internship or kind of with a music therapist that did hospice as well as pet therapy. And it was just so fun to see those two together. So I've always wanted to have a dog that I could train to be a pet therapy dog. And Melvin's looking at me like, what? Um, so he would require a lot of training. But it is totally possible. I have seen Mastiffs as pet therapy dogs. I think I would absolutely love to do that. Absolutely love to do that. And just bring some happiness and into different environments like that. Like bring in, when I worked at Children's Hospital down in New Orleans, yes, I lived in New Orleans for a short bit, did my internship down there as a music therapist, worked at Children's Hospital, and we always had a pet therapy night. And I always wanted to be the one working that night because it just brought me so much joy to see these kids and the animals and just the effects that they had with them. I mean, it was so absolutely wonderful, but it is a lot of training and I would need the time. I would need the time. So maybe that's what I would do. That's a really long answer. Really long answer. Hey Kathy. She's on live. And yes, Kathy has shown up to my vendor events. She says I have great deals. Yes, you've been to some. Your golden would need some training too, Linda. I know, I know. So anywho's, but yeah, I would love to do that, I think. Oh my goodness, my questions went away. So here I go. I'm trying to find it. Again, because there was one more question. If you're live with me and you didn't pop a question in the comments, let me know. Let me know. Okay. I think there's some other questions in my other place. Okay. Do you have a lot of meetings throughout the day regarding Park Lane? Jessica wants to know. Yeah, no, yes, and no. It kind of depends. It varies. Fridays mornings, I always have a meeting with my leader and things like that. I always have a call with my upline on Thursdays, like a coaching call and things like that. And then maybe every month or so, I have a call with the home office. So it kind of just varies. It's not every day. So yeah, let me see. I feel like there's another question somewhere else. So let me look to see. Yes. Ooh, all right, Linda, there you go. I thought I saw you had a question somewhere. Is Park Lane made in the US? If not, why? Okay, great question. All right. Oh, I'm gonna look at this question before. Do you ever take a full week off of Park Lane? Janine wants to know. I have. I definitely have. Um, like there has been vacations where I definitely have really just put it off to the side and not touched it for a week. For example, my last trip I took with my dad to Hawaii, back in 2020 before everything shut down. Like that was the moment when we were flying home and everybody, I shouldn't say everybody, but people were wearing masks and I was like, what is happening? Why do people got that on their face? But that trip to Hawaii, I really shut everything down because I wanted to be there with my dad and be like full on with family at that moment because we all knew that was probably the last time he was ever going to get back there. And I have family heritage in Hawaii. That's why we were there. We were visiting Hawaii because my dad's dad, my grandpa, was a pastor and who founded churches over in Honolulu, like the Waikiki Beach Ministry. My grandfather founded, and it was the it was a big anniversary. I feel like it was 100-year anniversary of the church. Maybe more. Anyways, it was kind of a blur. But Yeah, so we went over there to celebrate that, and then my dad was there to represent the Hammer family. Um, and my grandfather, Grandpa Norman Hammer, Reverend Norman Hammer, and all the things. And so I really kind of shut things off that vacation. So there are times where I completely do shut it off. But here's the thing. Um, I'm going to get to your question, Linda, by the way. Here's the thing, though. With technology the way it is, sometimes you can do a lot of pre-scheduling things out and things kind of running on its own, and then you can do like minimal check-ins on certain things throughout the day. So you're not totally consumed in whatever's going on your Facebook, on your business, and things like that. So there are ways to make it seem like I'm always on, but I'm actually not. I'm able to like, you know, work around things and like have some automatic things, and then just have a moment in the day where I go through and I check things and all the stuff too. So now, with that said, I am not like your average stylist, meaning this is my full-time job, right? This is my full-time gig. So if you are sitting there looking at me like, this is why I cannot do Park Lane because you have to be on it 24/7 and all that stuff. That's not the case whatsoever. Seriously, there are people on my team that work a full-time job. Like one lady in particular, she probably works about 60 hours a week. Like, I kid you not. She works so many hours, and yet she's still one of the highest rated fashion. Oh, she's not a fashion stylist. She's actually an area leader. Leaders on my team. She's always like number one in sales. And because when she works on her Park Lane stuff, she condenses it and she makes sure she works, for 2 hours one night, and then she might take the next night off, and then she'll touch her business the next day for just a short amount of time, but she's really productive in those short amount of times. And she's created a community too that loves to shop her links and all the things like that. So she can still work her 60 hours. Seriously, it's a lot of hours. I'm so proud of her. And still manage to do her Park Lane on the side. So, okay, just so you guys know. So my story is very different than the majority of stylists. Linda wants to know, is Park Lane made in the U.S.? If not, why? So, yes and no. Recently, there was actually one of the rings that came through that was like a fast drop and then sold out. That one was made in the U.S. And there was something else that we just recently had too that was made in the U.S. But so it's really actually made around the world. Now, you have to think Park Lane, yes, we are in the US of A, but we're actually a worldwide company. We're the world's largest direct selling jewelry company. We're in Australia, we're in Canada, we're in Mexico. Did we have some business out in there's some other countries I thought too that started up some Park Lane. So, but we are worldwide, okay? And there's about 7 different, I want to say around 7 different designers that work with Park Lane that helps create the collection. So for example, one of our designers focuses more on like the natural stones, like the Sedona that I showed the other day. They work on more styles like this. And then we have other designers that work on more styles like the lasso bracelet, where it's more of like the wrap, completely metal, so you can tell this was made from a different designer than this was made for a different designer, right? Which is actually really great because it gives us that very well-rounded catalog that's not completely all sterling silver. It's not completely all beaded styles, because when you go completely all one style and one look, your customer base just like basically really condenses down. So we have about 7, 8 different designers around the world. And so our jewelry is made around the world, but the ideas, the concepts, all the things come straight out of the US, out of the home office in the Chicago area. So where it's made, it all depends. So sometimes it's made here in the US and sometimes it's not. Why? I don't know. I mean, like I said, we're a worldwide company, so we got to think a lot larger here when we talk about our business. You know what I mean? Hey Sherry and Teresa. Okay. All right. Anybody else have a question on Talk About It Tuesday? If not, I want to tell you guys something. Anybody? Bueller. Okay. I gotta remember, maybe some people don't even know what that means. I said something the other day, and it was a reference to a movie, and somebody I was talking to had no idea. And I'm like, what? How can you not know that? And then I just dated myself. That's what it was. I dated myself. Hey Regina. Okay. So here's the very last thing I want to tell you guys on Talk About It Tuesday. You know, Talk About It Tuesday, I love this day because it's like I get to know what's on your mind or just the general questions about like the business and different things like that. And, you know, we always talk about how you can test drive this business and you can run your business however you would like, right? So stick with me because I have something for you. Okay, it'll take a couple minutes. So don't jump off the live yet. But we always talk about how you can test drive this business. And really, I think, you know, when I said yes to the dress, meaning yes to selling jewelry, the person that did my party didn't even offer it to me. She didn't even offer me the opportunity. Like I had the party and we closed it up and I didn't even think about like I could actually do this as a business, even though I brought in like half the orders on my own because it was, you know, some book orders and stuff like that. Home party days. And she didn't offer me the opportunity. And then when I later, she wrote me a letter and told me how much money she made from my party. And I was like, wait a second. Like, could that have been my party? Like my party. Could I have gotten paid on that party? Like, but she didn't ever offer it to me. Hey, Sharon. She never offered it to me. So I came back to her and I said, listen, I've even forgotten what her name was. Listen, this was 18 years ago. And listen, like, I would like to do that. Like, could that have been my party? And she's like, oh, it didn't even dawn on her for her to ask me if I was interested in all of that. So, hey, Lori, I know the home parties were some good days and they still do happen. Not very often, but they still do. And they are so much fun. They're so much fun. Seriously. They're a lot of fun because it's just like you get together with your girlfriends, you look at jewelry, and you have a glass of wine or you have a cup of coffee, little snackies. Like it's just like good old times and just gather around a kitchen table and chat. Like we all need that these days, right? Am I right? We really do. We all need that these days. So, anywho's, I told the chick, I'm like, okay, I need to get started in this business because I could have used that cash. So, what do I do? And she was quite surprised that I was the one that told her that I needed to do it. So, I want to tell you guys this. I have an opportunity for one person that I want to give to somebody. Okay. I'm going to give you an opportunity to test drive this business at a zero cost. The only catch is that you have to have a party between now and closing it by Wednesday, next week, not this week, not tomorrow. Okay. That's the only catch. I want to offer this opportunity to you and you can do whatever you want with it. There'll never be any pressure from me. I promise you, there won't be. Okay. Never any pressure from me to do more than you want to do. Okay. If you want to do parties, great. If you just want to collect orders here and there from your girlfriends, or yourself, awesome. Like really, there's zero strings attached. Okay. The only string attached to my offer is that you host your own gathering, whatever that like might look like. Okay. Online, if you're not local to me, in person, we can meet up for coffee, and all of those things. And I want to gift you this opportunity. Okay. I have one spot for it. Okay. So that means, um, yeah, that means basically like gifting it to you means that I'm going to give you the paycheck off of your own party. You're going to get the hostess benefits. You're going to get your own website that you can do whatever you want to do with. And then you'll also get a kit of jewelry that you get to pick out. And right now, they're offering an extra $100 in free jewelry or in jewelry in your kit. So extra 500. Let me rephrase that. Let me start over. Normally, you get $500 in a kit. Right now, they're going to give you $600 in a kit. Okay? And again, this comes with a no pressure deal, no strings attached. You just have a website, test drive it if you want to. I want to gift it to somebody. But my only thing is you have to have a party between now and closing by next Wednesday. That's it. Simple as that. Who's going to take me up on that offer? All right. Who's going to do? And is there anything in it for me? I'm going to tell you right now. Well, you're going to be helping me earn a trip to Amsterdam. Okay. That's for one. And right now it's double trip points. But I don't know if next week's going to be double trip points. I have no idea, but it doesn't matter. What matters to me is that I'm giving somebody an opportunity that they may not realize they want. And they may just want to test drive it out with no strings attached. Okay? All right, that's my offer. All right, friends, hit me up in the DMs. Let me hear from you. Seriously, send me a message if any of that perks your interest. You'd be helping a girl out, and really, you're in the win. Paycheck, hostess rewards, kid jewelry, and a website for you to do whatever you want with. Okay? All right? All right, friends. That's it. Okay, have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. And I'll see you right back here tomorrow. And it's Wishlist Wednesday tomorrow. That's a fun day because then I get to see what you guys want. What you guys want? What do you guys want for the for your Wishlist Wednesdays? Maybe I'll base a styling off of what I see everybody asking for. That's an idea. And tomorrow's your last day to get into Blango Bingo, which is on Sunday. Don't miss out. Bring a friend. Okay? Bring a friend. Tell them how fun I am. And then we get to meet on Zoom and do those. Okay? Oh, those heart earrings. I know, Regina. I wore them for you. All right, friends. That's it. We'll talk to you guys later. See ya. Have a great evening.